Hi there! In this video, we will be meeting Vocabulary Victor. Vocabulary Victor is a clever canine who can help you to give or explain the meanings of words in context. By looking at words and phrases around it, Vocabulary Victor can help you to figure out the meanings of words that you're maybe not so sure about. This could be looking at what you've already read, by using the sentences around the word, or by using what you already know to figure out what the word might mean. Vocabulary Victor questions often look like this. Find and copy one word which shows that. Underline one word that suggests. What does the word mean in this sentence? Let's take a look at some example questions using this extract of text. For as long as Nico could remember, the door had been there. It stood tall and proud in the centre of the square, its mahogany face etched with the language that had been long forgotten. No bricks or plaster surrounded the frame, and one side of the door was just as visible as the other. Although an outsider may have found its existence somewhat compelling, the villagers here treated it the same as if it were a leaf on a tree or a fleeting cloud in the sky. For this extract, you may be asked to find and copy one word which shows that the forgotten language had been carved into the door. For these types of questions, you will need to look for clues in the text. We can start by looking for the sentence that talks about the door and the forgotten language. This sentence ends, its mahogany face etched with a language that had been long forgotten. Now that we've found the sentence in the text, we need to show a word that shows that the language had been carved. Carved is a verb, so it could help us to find another verb. In this sentence, the word etched is showing us that the language had been carved into the door. You might also be asked to underline one word in this sentence that suggests outsiders might find the door interesting. Although an outsider may have found its existence somewhat compelling, the villagers here treated it the same as if it were a leaf on a tree or a fleeting cloud in the sky. For these types of questions, you'll need to look for clues in the text. Let's look at the part of the sentence that's talking about the outsiders. It says, an outsider may have found its existence somewhat compelling. We know that it is talking about the door, which means that the word compelling is being used to suggest that the door is interesting to others. Let's read some more of the text and take a look at some other Vocabulary Victor questions. For our first question, you are being asked to find and copy one word from this text, which shows that people were annoyed when Nico asked about the door. Pause the video now and read through the text. Hit play again when you are ready to hear the answer. To find the answer to this question, we'll need to look in the text for clues. The question mentions Nico asking about the door. Let's find that in the text. The sentence says, on the rare days that he had felt bold enough to ask about the door, the response had always been the same mixture of displeasure and refusal to part with the facts. A top tip would be if the question is only asking you to copy one word, your answer will only be one word long. Which word in this sentence is being used to show that people are annoyed? Well done if you said displeasure. This word is being used to describe how people feel when Nico asks about the door. Hoo-yah! In this next question, you are being asked to tick one box to finish the sentence. The answer will be the option that completes the sentence without changing its meaning. Nico knows that touching the door is taboo. He knows that it is allowed, dangerous, not allowed, or scary. For this question, you'll need to find the word taboo in the text and read the sentences around it. These might give you a clue to the answer. Pause the video now if you would like time to read through the text again. In the text, it says, although nobody had ever explicitly said not to touch the door, Nico instinctively knew that it was taboo. The first part of this sentence shows you that touching the door is not allowed, which is what the word taboo means. Well done if you got that answer right. For our final question, you're being asked to find and copy one word which shows that Nico imagines that he will be a kind king. You may wish to write your answer down on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, or you may just wish to say it out loud. Pause your video now and read through the new extract and hit play again when you have an answer. Do you have an answer? Great! Which word in this extract shows that Nico imagines that he will be a kind king? Well done if you said the word benevolent. I hope this video has helped you to understand how to answer vocabulary Victor questions. If you're looking for more reading help, we have lots of these videos on the Twinkl website, so make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching.